Hello, my very dear Leos. This is your reading for the week of June 8th, or when you hear it and it resonates. And of course, it will not be for every Leo. Leo, this is a lot of information coming in for you, so I'm asking for it to flow in a way where it all fits together. The first thing that I saw with you, my friends, is this. It was you were wearing a collar, and it was leather, and it had a lace-up attachment in the front. So the laces were there, and you have access to this. You can take it off at any time. It looks like an old leather. And when I saw that, I thought it might be something medieval. But as I started searching it, what it came up when I came up with the word leather throat cuff, it took me to places that were not medieval at all. It took me to some bondage images. But it makes perfect sense because the feeling that I got with that throat collar was that you were limiting yourself. You were placing yourself in a position of emotional bondage in terms of your ability to express. Now, what does that mean exactly? This is where it gets really interesting and quite complex in terms of how they would wish to communicate this. So please stick with me. Leo, you're fire, as you know. And fire, if you think about emotions like this, the emotions that are subtle, that are about sadness, that are very nuanced, they tend to live more in the emotions that are softer, that are reflective, that are internal, rather than the fiery ones that are naturally motivated to be outward going. The fire field is about extending out, creating connection, community. So, and it has that impulse, it can have that passionate quality and definitely the momentum to move outward. Now, when any of us come in contact with emotions that are very, very difficult, if we assume that we're going to feel them in the heart chakra first, the next chakra down is the solar plexus, and that's fire. And often what will happen is we will settle into fire because feeling fiery energy can feel more empowering than feeling hurt. But if we move through the fire beyond that, we move into the deeper realms where we get to really reflect on what that hurt means. What does it say about us, our beliefs, how we live, how we have lived? Where have we been hurt? Where, in this case, have we found that putting a collar on ourselves, binding our own true essence, which is what the heart chakra is about expressing, where have we done that? Is this all there is to us, or is there more as we move down into water and earth, as we let ourselves feel the sadness, the disappointment, and move into what that means about our essential nature? Is this all there is, or is there more to us? And that's by going into the earth, through the fire, the water, the earth, that we come back up to the ethers and to the higher conscious mind, and we go, oh, no, there's all of this too. So that's kind of a process that will often happen through the chakras energetically. The thing that I'm feeling with this is that you've held back a lot of a lot of the softer emotions are. You might be hurt and then move into the anger and stay there. And that's why you can be very inclined to hold grudges. It's difficult sometimes for you to make reparation with friends, or to even hear explanations or reasons why. You tend to go to criticism and blame before you go to curiosity and questioning. And that's because staying in the fire, number one, it's normal for you because you are a fire sign, right? We will tend to exist in the energy that is the most predominant because we are more comfortable with that. If it's out of balance, however, then we're going to express those imbalances. So one of the imbalances can be holding a grudge. That's it. And it doesn't matter how long or how long ago anything happened. If you don't move down and process the hurt feelings underneath that, then there can be that tendency to still stay in that place. And this is what I feel this represents for you, Leo. I'm going to blow my nose now. Please excuse me. So what you're being told, okay, this is good too. The interesting thing about that is when you hold a grudge, you've locked that fiery energy up in order to hold that. So you now have actually, what has felt empowering now becomes actually something that is disempowering, because now it's something that you've locked all this energy around. And the thing is, no energy, there's no bad energy. It's energy that's out of balance or energy that's existing in a place where it's not meant to be. That's when it creates problems for us. Energy is meant to move. If you tie up that fiery energy in a grudge or in an attitude of blaming, then what's going to happen is you're going to just kind of feed it all back into that issue and not let it move through you. And then you don't have that energy to apply to other things. Now, one of the things that can happen when you close off your fiery energy, when you lock around your fiery energy, is it can kind of build up, in your system. And the thing is, that's not a healthy thing for you. And also it doesn't really allow you to really fully evolve into the full appreciation of just how dynamic and passionate and helpful that fiery energy is when it's in a balanced state. It's wonderful. It's magnificent. And so what you're being asked to do is to look at areas where you are feeling constricted, because as I feel this around here, I really feel it like you're keeping your head straight on and you're keeping everything moving like this, like you don't have the flexibility here in terms of how you communicate or what you say. And that can lead you to a quality of overwhelm. You just think about it. If there's something that's been irritating you and you let it stay there and stay there and stay there and you don't speak it, you know the feeling that can come over you. We all get this, right? That feeling of, it's just like every time you think of it, it's like it wants to come up through your throat. When you hold that energy in for too long, what can happen is it actually kind of puts out the fire. It dampens the fire so much that it's almost like you can kind of create this energy around you that becomes almost like a self-perpetuated trance, Leo, where you are just in this state, and that can drain your energy. So what Spirit is saying here is, you are in charge of this. The strings are right there. You can just pull it. It's not even knotted. It's a little bow. You can just pull it and take it off. And you can really check in with yourself and say, okay, if I'm feeling overwhelmed in an anxious state, if I'm feeling overwhelmed to a point of exhaustion and lethargy and no motivation and no desire or appreciation for life in general, stop and ask yourself, how many times have you interrupted a positive thought or the positive possibility by going over old stuff that was negative? How many times have you thought about something that might be wonderful and then go, oh no, that's not possible, that can't be true? Look at where your inner dialogue and the choice of where you take your mind affects how you feel. And notice every time you find a positive thought or dream interrupted with sneaky thoughts, sneaky negative thoughts, okay? Check it out. Give yourself permission to look at that, and then dream beyond that. Turn it into a positive. Allow for the possibility that you can let go of whatever is holding you back from really being able to be free from judgment, from criticism. I say judgment, not discernment, but from judgment that actually impedes your life. It's also really beautiful to notice when you're blaming somebody else. It's this old adage, right? You've got one finger pointed towards them, but three are pointing back at you. So this is also a really wonderful time to look at, because sometimes what we'll do is we'll project things onto other people. If they're difficult to see in ourselves, we will project them onto other people and get so irritated by them that we have to look at them, right? It's only letting go. It's only the process of wanting to let go of feeling that about them, that we get to also liberate whatever those negative feelings are about ourselves. So this is a big growing time for you, Leo. It's so big. And what I just want to say to you is this. Most of you are working with really, really good intention right now, or have gotten into situations that are not working because you were working from good intention. When you've had this on your throat, however, for a long time, that tells you you have to be this, you can't be that. Even if this is operating at an unconscious level, this is something that is not going to allow you to live your gifts to their maximum. And this is where you get to let go and learn from it. And man, once you do that, you get to the top of that ladder and you get to the prize like that, because you are that dynamic, Leo, and you have that much power. I'm going to leave you with that, my dears. Take good care.